Howdy y'all, it's Kathy from Rust Paper Scissors, and I'm here today to do the ABC April 2025 challenge. The letter of the day is P, and I chose to make some packing tape ephemera, and I just wanted to share that with y'all today. It is just the tape that you use on packages to seal them, and you can stamp on them and then cut them up and use them in your tags. And I'll show you just a couple of little examples. This is a little mason jar with flowers that I stamped and added that to a tag, so that was very easy. And then this was just remember this, and I added it to a guest check. Maybe you had a special dinner or outing that you wanted to remember. But what I'm going to demonstrate today is stamping on the tape, and then we'll make a couple of things. I wanted to let you know that I used mainly Memento or StazOn or archival ink to stamp with. I did that for a couple of reasons. One is because those inks leave a very clear, crisp image, and I also wanted to be able to, if I wanted to put some splatters on there or do some, spray stain with splatters, I didn't want it to activate the ink, so that's why I used those inks. And I think they did a really good job. Not everyone comes out perfect, but that's part of the wonderfulness of journaling, because it doesn't always have to be perfect. Remember, you're alone in the craft room. You can correct anything. On this one, when I put the flowers in there, you couldn't see the stems, so I just drew them in. So there's usually a way to fix just about any mistake you come across. I'm going to take a moment and clear this away, and we'll do some stamping, and then we'll also make some tags. I wanted to mention that I learned a couple of things as I was trying to learn how to do this, and one of the things I learned is you can stamp close together, and then you could use that as one, or you could still cut them apart. Or on this one, I stamped the writing and then the dress form right next to it, and I thought that looked really nice. So you just kind of learn and experiment as you go along. This one I added just some of the splatter stamp that you can stamp, and so you just learn different things as you go along. This was an example. I put several images onto one stamp and stamped it all at once, and that worked out. Maybe I'll do that while we're stamping, but I just wanted to get started, and maybe we'll just make a couple of stamps or make a couple of images. Oh, the StazOn is hard to get off. The StazOn I have is brown, and then I also used some archival ink that is red, and I thought those made great. I'm going to try and get it so I can see, and you just try and position it wherever you want on the paper. You can do several stamps if you want, and maximize the time that you're stamping. Okay, and then I haven't done this one yet, but I like this stamp a lot. It's a Paris stamp. You could stamp in, I'm sorry, can you see me? You could stamp in like different themes. If you had a set of stamps where you had a specific theme in mind, and you can do that. So there's just several different ways to do it. Then, oh, that didn't work at all. Okay, well, we live and learn. Okay, I didn't have enough ink on there. I'm not going to stamp over it because I'll mess it up. I'm going to grab another stamp just to, so we don't waste time. And always something, you know, when you're filming, there's always going to be something going wrong. I'm going to put these two stamps together and just stamp them at the same time. And then it's a little bit harder when you're, you know, my head's not right over what I'm stamping. And okay, so those turned out good. And then I say there's just all different types of stamps you can use. Let's see if we can get another one in here. Okay. And then I really like the field labels. Let's see if we can do another one of those. Okay. And then I'll stamp some numbers. I like to use a number wheel. That's what I call them. I don't know what anybody else calls them, but I like to use those. And we'll use a different color. Well, let's do some, well, we do those later. Can't make up my mind. Okay, here we go. Let's take some archival ink in red, and I'm just gonna stamp some numbers. I'm just trying to see that I have ink on my stamp. And you can just fill in different spaces now, and then just take the wheel and turn it, and you got a new number. So I really like to do that. And let's see if we can do something else. Let's see. I really like this stamp. I don't think I have room for it. I'm going to just do some background stamping, and let's just use some Memento ink. And I'm just going to, you know, very lightly put this around, and then you can use it for different things. Okay. So let's stop here. I think you understand the stamping. It's not that, you know, earth-shattering, but I'm going to stop it. I'll get ready. We'll cut some of these up, and we will go from there. Oh, let me do some of these splatters. I forgot I wanted to do those. Let's do those in the brown. I'd have been a little heavy-handed. Okay, so that just gives us some splatters if we want. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I have these here, some that I've already cut out, and then I wanted to cut out a couple of these. This one I like just the straight edge. I think it looks good, so I just try to make that straight. And then these, I'm going to cut out these two words Dream and Discover, because I think we can use those. And then this I'm just going to cut down. Just these will be quick to add to a page, and then this will be easy to cut out. These are just squares. That one stuck with me. And that's what I'm just going to cut close to the edge. Okay. Just give us a variety of things we can use. And I'll cut out maybe a round one. These are, just need to get some of this out of the way. This trash. Okay, let's cut out a round one. Oh, and then I wanted to use the adventure one because I have an idea for a tag. So this is just I am not the best fussy cutter. I know you can use punches with this tape and it cuts like a dream. I cut out some circles earlier today and it worked great. So you always have that option. You could also run it through a die cutting machine and cut different things. And then you can just keep these pieces together that you don't use and pull them out when you're ready to make a tag, or you're making a journal and you need some ephemera. You can't really tear it. You have to, I'm going to cut this kind of close because I've stamped it crooked. But it's a mistake you can correct. We're alone in the craft room. And so that's that one. Okay. And then maybe I'll cut out, I'll cut this one out. I just want to cut that straight. I wanted Paris, New York, and London. Okay. Okay, like I say, I'm not the best cutter. And then I kind of liked part of this tape measure. So I'm going to cut that out. And then that left one of those little splatter images that we can use somewhere. So we've got all our, let's use this one too. I like this one. Okay. Okay, I think that's enough to get our, what we want to make started. Okay. Let's see. Okay. One of the ideas that I had was to take this little notepad that I had made. It's just some tea-dyed paper. It's with using some corrugated cardboard. And To moisten the packing tape, I'm just going to use my little water pen. It really does a good job. And then I thought it would be fun just to put this off to the side down here. And there we have a quick little booklet. And then this one I wanted to use, and so the adventure begins. And so we'll probably do it this way. And again, these are just maybe the beginnings of tags or the beginning of clusters. And, you know, you could finish them off later when you were making your journal. And so I just wanted to, you know, do this first little bit. So you'd have your stash, and so the adventure begins, and then you could write, you know where you went, what you did. So this one I thought would be cute. I was going to cut this down just a little bit, and just showing you, you know, that just something simple can, you know, add to your tag. And then that was just a tag where I had tried some different background. And I'm just going to add that on the side there. And then again, you know, you could add another focal point. You could add a word. We could add, oh, what was one of our words? Dream, yeah. Dream or discover. Let's add discover on there. And the thing you have, I see that as I'm making this, that you have to be careful with is, since the background is not clear, you need to be careful with how you cut out your words, and you know, make sure everything's straight, because you're going to see that it's not going to be covered up. So then there's just a quick little tag if you wanted. And then I loved this tag. I had stamped this and added the little this is wire covered, or paper covered wire, and I really like this little tag, so I wanted to perhaps maybe just add a word, or let's see if there's anything else. I don't have a great deal of stamps to that are pictures or things. I have these words. So let's just add dream on there. And like I say, this is just the beginning of a tag, and you could, you know, add more to it. But there you just have a sweet little tag. Okay, let's see. I thought this one would be fun if we did our dress form, and then if we also did Paris, New York, and so let's just add those on there. And again, is my thing straight? So there are some of the ideas that we had. Just, it's fun to have these in your stash ready to go, and you can make quick the beginnings of tags, or you can make a little booklet. It's just a fun way to, like I say, build up your stash, and it's a lot of fun to make these strips of stamped images. And so that's what I wanted to show you today. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.